So welcome to our new builders training. For those of you that were here last week in Tracy, this is going to be the same presentation. It will be a good review. If you have more questions, feel free to ask them. I have my question screen up to the side, so as we're going through the slides, if you have questions, go ahead and type them in, and we'll address them as it's relevant, or, of course, right then. So. This is Becky Andrus, and Ellie is our upline on this, and she's going to be doing the second half of this presentation. So first I want to start off, for those wanting to do the business and really kind of kickstart earning income but aren't sure where to go, what to do. You've probably spoken with your upline at one point about, doing the business and how do I do it, and I'm sure they've explained a little bit. But as I remember, and as I'm sure you're all familiar, it's very overwhelming, and there's a lot of information, and it's hard to remember all of it. And tonight is kind of just to offer you all this information all at once, and we can share these slides with you after this webinar. So take some notes, write them down, but know that we will be sending you these slides for you to have for your reference. So first, resources on education and essential oils. The doTERRA blog. It is a great place to go for yourself as well as anyone new and interested in the oils. It's very straightforward. It's very clear. They have those great tips and DIY recipes. It's just a great resource. I always give that to new people. doTERRAuniversity.com. Now there's two of these doTERRA universities. If you stay on the page at doTERRAuniversity.com, it'll pop up with a link that says connect you to the new website. And this is expanding as time goes on, but it's basic information on the essential oils. If you just stay at the regular doTERRAuniversity.com, it is information for people wanting to do the business with some education. EverythingEssential.me is like your modern essential book online. I give this to a lot of people after every consult. I share this with them. They're able to go online, look up their symptoms, and get the summary of the issue, the protocols, personal experiences, and often research and data on that specific issue and essential oil studies that have been done. www.pubmed.gov is the government, if you will, website that publishes studies on various issues, including essential oils. So you can search frankincense, and you're going to get studies that have been done on frankincense. And On Guard, I know I've read an article on Guard. So you're going to go there, you're going to search the essential oil that you're looking for, and you'll have different studies pop up if they've been done. Another resource is to have your Modern Essentials book. If you are in any way interested in doing the business on any level or wanting to get information on the essential oils, you need this book. It gives you a lot of the chemistry and the information, the basics of each oil, the different properties. It just goes into a lot more depth than anything else online will do. So I tell everyone, if you're going to do the business, you need to get this book, and I recommend read it from cover to cover. It will take a little bit of time, but there's a lot of great information in there. The Emotions book. I know here locally, Wendy and Aaron have the Zyto scanner that we're able to pass around for different one-on-ones. Out of the area, you don't have that resource, but the Emotions book is a fantastic book to have because it addresses the essential oils on the emotional level. I used it personally for my little girl. She's had some issues. I went through the index, and I went A to Z, and I underlined every single adjective that described her, lonely, sad, detached, clingy, upset, anxiety, anything I felt like she could be feeling. And then I looked up all the oils associated with those emotions, and I made my own little personal blend for her to help her with what I thought would be going on. And that was very, very helpful. And then another resource is our Facebook page. There are a lot of people on our team on different legs all over the country, all over the world. We all have different experiences with the oils. So using the Facebook page to ask questions about the oils, about the business, and whatnot is a great place to go and ask for help. I will often, if I have a question about an issue, I'll look it up online and in my book, and then I'll go to the Facebook page and ask what other people's experiences are. So I know this is what's treating this, but what are your experiences? Because I like to get a wide variety of options to people that are asking for help. Resources and education on the business. doTERRA Every Day is a great website that has information from corporate on the events, your regional trainings, your convention, leadership, different training on the business and so forth. There's magazines, just great information there. doTERRA Tools has PDF copies of forms, product information, Q&A. I find it very valuable to download a lot of the forms and actually print them, because sometimes I'm short on enrollment forms, or I just want some price sheets to send to someone, especially people that are out of the area. A saved PDF downloaded online is just a lot cleaner and more professional looking than a scanned copy of a form. It's just neater and cleaner. So I challenge you to go to this website, all these websites actually, and look through them, kind of explore the different options and different tools and resources they have on this website. Okay, MyDoughPro.com. This is where I really learned the business. And not to say that my mentors weren't great. They're busy, and I'm busy, and I only have little snippets of time here and there. MyDoughPro has great video segments on using the oils to building the business. Most videos average 2 to 3 minutes long, so while you're waiting in the car line for school, you're waiting for your dinner because you're going out that night, or you're waiting at an appointment in an office, whatever, these are really quick, concise little videos that explain everything from vocabulary like loyalty rewards program and what is a loyalty rewards order versus what is the difference between retail compensation and my Power of 3 compensation. Just great information. I wanted to pull this up actually. If I can minimize my screen. We're going to go. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Okay, MyDoughPro. Okay, I sign up with my Facebook is how I log in. You'll see here's like a page here where people can post questions, share successes, and so forth. I want you to go to the Learn tab here. You're going to go to Training. And there's great, get started. I'm not going to go into it, the whole videos and everything, but there are great resources. How to learn these essential oils. How are CPTG oils different? Overview of the 12 core actions, okay? Sharing. How to deliver samples, how to make samples, how to meet individuals' needs. These are little video clips. They're going to help you know what to do, and they're all in order from living with the oils to sharing the oils to building a doTERRA business. So it's a great, great way to do training on your own, little bits at a time, because I know you're all busy, you have things going on. But when I first started, I sat down and I probably for an hour a day for at least 2 weeks. I just tried to watch as many videos as I could. And as I got interrupted, I just pressed pause and I'd come back to it. But this is a great resource. Okay. Okay. Then the sharesuccess.com. I don't know how many of you were able to listen to today's call that Wendy did, but she talked about the Success Challenge starting this week and how There's power in everyone doing it all at once. Every month there is a new train by rank. So if you're brand new, your first rank would be train to elite. If you've been doing this, you're a solid elite, or you're really close trying to solidify that rank or go up, then you choose train to premier or whatnot. So we're actually going to have some incentives and prizes and so forth for that. I mean, it's a great way to really kickstart how to do the business. So go to sharesuccess.com, register, and sign up for the challenge that starts yesterday, I guess is what it is. Business tools. A lot of us, when we're doing the business, we need tools, right? Like our little sample vials, or little books, or tear pads, or carrier cases and stickers. Aroma Tools and myoilbusiness.com are two great businesses, websites to have all the tools that you're going to need, all the little bells and whistles to get your business started. I think the most important thing to have when you're starting are your sample vials, so you can share the oils, and business cards, because when you share those oils, you want people to know how to get in contact with you, and even more so, you want to be able to get in contact with them. A great way is to hand them your business card, have them write their information on the back of it, you take it back, and you give them a clean business card. You don't want to lose those samples. So there's some great tools there. Amazon, every now and then, will have some sales on books. I got my Emotions book off of Amazon. As far as like roller bottles and sample bottles, I would just be a little bit careful, because I got some roller bottles off of Amazon, and I feel like some of them are the plastic is starting to deteriorate. So you want to be careful with stuff on Amazon, just quality. For those that are local, which if you're listening to this, you probably aren't, we do local group orders to get the maximum discount on quantities of books, so we can sell them to our teams and turn a profit to our customers. So if you're in a group or an area where there's a small team or a few people to enroll that are interested in doing the business as well, go in together with them. Start sharing, get some business builders with you, and start your own team group order. Okay, training. Weekly, every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. is our training call led by our Diamond Leader, Wendy Frazier. Occasionally she'll have other people fill in, but this is her time. It's about a half an hour. She's very inspirational. She has great guidance and direction for us wanting to grow our businesses. There's a time at the end where we can ask questions, either on topic or anything we want. This is a rare opportunity, I think, to really get to the heart of some questions with our Diamond Leader, because the likelihood of you having the only question on your mind is small. Everyone can learn from all of our questions. Every month, the second Thursday of the month at 6 p.m., we have a product and business training here in Tracy. Now, for those of you that are out of the area, we are working on a virtual presentation that will be available to you, whether it's a live broadcast or a recording or a separate training webinar like this, where we present the information that we do at these local monthly trainings. We have been doing these Wednesday nights, the first Wednesday of the month, 7 p.m., an in-depth product webinar. We still will be doing those. Tomorrow night is one at 7 o'clock. Wendy's going to be doing that. Mark your calendars. I typically cross out the second Thursday and the first Wednesday of every month, so I make sure that I'm able to attend those events. Regional events happen quarterly. Again, if you're out of the area, that doesn't mean that there aren't local doTERRA events going on. You can Google different event websites like Eventbrite, and you can often find other doTERRA teams that might be having local training that you can plug into. But again, we're also working on trying to get some of these trainings recorded. doTERRA sponsors some trainings around the United States during the year. You can find about those events at the doTERRA Everyday website. And then yearly, doTERRA corporate sponsors convention in Salt Lake City. Yay! And we're going to talk about that right now. So convention this year is September 9th through 12th in Salt Lake City. Now, went to my first convention just last September, and it was life-changing. And I don't say that lightly. It literally changed everything about how I was doing my business. I thought I was engaged. I was doing the training calls. I was enrolling a few people every single month, but I didn't have solid builders. I just had a little bit of volume every single month. And then I went to convention, and literally my business has quadrupled in size by volume and team members in just 4 months' time. Like, this literally changed everything. So whatever you can do, mark your calendars and get to conventions. Even if you're not thinking you want to do the business full time, or if you just want to say, I just want to earn enough to earn my oils for free. Convention is just so powerful at building one's belief in the oils and in the company and in yourself. You will not regret this. And just like I was new last year about this time, Wendy asked me, say, hey, there's convention in Salt Lake City. What do you think? You think you can, I think this would be really good for you. And I said, I don't know. I can't afford it. Things are so tight already. I just don't know if I can do this. And I said, if it's possible, I'm like, do you think I could earn enough to make it? If I can earn my way with doTERRA money, then I can go. And she said, absolutely. So this is what she did. She broke it down. Tickets, we don't know exactly what they're going to be, but we're assuming $150 to $160. The gala was an amazing experience. You can plan for that or not. That's $75. The hotel for 3 nights, the average was about $175 a room, and you can share with other people on our team. I shared with 2 women that I knew one of them, but not super well, and the other one I had never met before. She was on our team. So it's a great way to meet some new people on our team, share experiences, and sharing a room. Depending on if you want to fly or drive, gas, or plane tickets, meals, depending on what you want to spend, you can always be very thrifty, or you can go all the way. It's really up to you. Now, this is one item, the convention kit, that I did not really plan for. I'd heard about the convention kits, but I wasn't really sure what the big deal was. And then I got to convention and I realized what the big deal was. This convention kit is basically all the new products that doTERRA shares and releases, if you will, at convention are offered in a kit at like 50% off. I mean, I think this year's kit was it was close to $450 worth of product, and they sold it for $250. I mean, it was an amazing deal, and they offer oils in there that they don't sell this year. They gave away birch in the kits, which they don't sell, so it's one way to get some of these oils that are not available for online. And then there's discounted products and shopping. There are a lot of vendors like Aroma Tools and Mido Pro that sell their products at convention prices. There's discounts, and then you save on shipping. So total, anywhere from $800 to $1,000 is what it's going to cost for this event. And that seems like a lot. I almost choked when I figured out the math last year, but I was confident that I could earn my way there. So start planning now. That means at most you're going to need to sell $10,000 in PV just from Fast Start from now until September. Now that's very doable. That's just Fast Start. That doesn't include your Power of 3 bonuses, your Fast Start for your 2nd and 3rd generation, and your unilevel compensation. And we're going to go over money in just a few minutes with Ellie. But that sounds like a lot. It's not, but it's doable. If you really, really want to make this happen, you can make it happen, and your upline will help you. So don't give up before you've even started. Set the goal, talk to your uplines, and we're going to help you make your way, earn your way to convention, because it will blow your socks off, okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. So a lot of you are starting to share, and you have maybe enrolled 1 or 2 people, or you haven't and you're not quite sure how to do it. This is kind of a quick overview of enrolling a new member. So first of all, we want to make our contact list of our 100 friends and family. Your closest friends and family that you want to share with, and you start there. You're going to plan classes. You want to invite about 3 times as many people as you want to attend. If you want 10 people, you need to invite at least 30. And sometimes it's even less. You want to give people at least, I like to give people a 2-week lead out for the class because I like to sample them. I want them to experience the oils before they come to a class. Look to your upline to teach your classes, to co-teach with you and support you until you're ready to teach on your own. Some of you that are out of the area, again, we're here to support you. Even though we're not in the class with you, we can help you prepare. These videos here, How to Close a Class by Teresa Harding and How to Teach the Perfect doTERRA Class, are phenomenal. They provide scripts, so you can just print that out, and I wouldn't say read it, but you could basically read this information to the people you're presenting to. It's that clear, and they're that good. They're going to tell you exactly what to say and how to say it to maximize your class participation and enrollments. When I was getting ready to teach my first class on my own, I literally locked myself in my bedroom when I practiced in the room in front of a mirror. I got the script, and I printed it out, and I highlighted the things I really didn't want to miss, and I practiced at least 5 times. So get comfortable. We're all nervous when we're learning new information, but especially so when we're presenting this new information, we're not quite as confident. So practicing in your room is a great way to prepare yourself. At Convention, doTERRA presented this class in a box, where in your shop in the, I think it's other supplies or whatnot, is class in a box. It's $25, and you get 10 bottles of 5 ml wild oranges. You get invitations. You get tear pads to enroll, and with price sheets and a kit list. You get your Living magazine. You get little sample wild orange cards to give with the wild oranges, and you get some live and build guides and some share guides. Basically, you get everything you need to have your first class. So if you're wanting to get a little bit of help, you want all the supplies, it's $25, and it's a great, great investment. I buy it I don't really use all the tools, but I use most of them. So enrolling a new member. You can use the enrollment forms. You can download those from doTERRA Tools. You can get it in your back office or the class in a box, or you can go to Aroma Tools and get these forms. Or you can send a secure link from your back office. Okay, we have a question. Becky, do the oils ever change in that class in a box? No. They always are wild orange. 10 bottles of the 5 ml wild oranges, so that's 83 drops. So it's a great little gift to give people when they come to your class as a thank you. I like to tell people when I invite them, if you come to this class, you're going to get a free bottle of oil, and that's what I give them, is the wild orange. So back to enrolling a new member, you can use a form, or you can send a secure link from your back office. A lot of people are uncomfortable writing down their social security numbers, and I say if this is uncomfortable, if you don't want to write it down, we can go to the computer, and you can log on to this website, secure link, and you can enter your information there. That way it's not on a hard copy anywhere. Once they're enrolled, you're going to want to schedule a wellness consult. This is vital for long-term success. People that do not get that follow-up consult within like that 2-week period of their receiving their oils tend to not order again. So talking to them on the phone or a one-on-one in person, going over every single oil in that kit, helping them put the sticker labels on them. And there's even a wellness form, a wellness consult form on doTERRA Tools that you can give to them to fill out, and you can go over some of their own goals and desires for their own health and their family. Some things to remember, the SHARE program. This is relatively new within the last couple of months. Don't forget to explain how they can earn 30% back in product and compensation for sharing with their families and friends. Challenge them to earn back the cost of their kit in 4 weeks. I really like doing this because a lot of people are like, what? I can earn money? So yes, and especially if we do it within these first 2 months, we're going to get you free product too. So you really want to explain it, be excited, and say, let's earn your money back. If nothing else, let's see if you can get these oils for free. Explain any promotions like the New Year, New You like we have going on right now. Explain the product of the month for their follow-up order the following month, and loyalty rewards. I like to set up my LRP template when I go with that wellness consult. I like to show them to get on to the online back office and set up their LRP. And especially those that are doing the business, before you have your first enrollee, set up your LRP template to 100 PV or more, or you will not get paid. So make sure that you set up your LRP. If you have questions, ask your upline. And then one thing I also like to do is encourage my new enrollees to earn their power of 3 by sharing with their family and friends. So basically I say, I know you might not be interested in doing the business, but there is a way to earn $50 a month just by sharing with 3 to 4 of your friends and family who love the oils as much as you do. And they say, oh yeah, how do I do that? And I say, well, let's have a class. We enroll your friends, and we set them up for their LRP, and you're going to get a $50 check. That's easy. They don't have to teach the classes. You come and do it for them. They don't have to enroll anyone. They don't have to ask anyone questions or answer any questions. You do it all for them. Basically, long-term success is sharing the oils, inviting people to learn, enrolling them with a kit, and duplicating it. Those are your 4 keys and 4 steps for long-term success. So now to the compensation. We're going to let Ellie take over. Ellie, are you there? And she's going to go over all the ways to earn money. So I'm just going to, I've unmuted you, Ellie. Are you there? Ellie? Does anybody have any questions?
Becky, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you perfectly. Can everyone else,
Awesome.
if you can hear Ellie, can you please type in a question saying, yes, we hear Ellie, or no, it's not too loud? Okay. Yes. Okay, Ellie, yay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and you can take over, Ellie.
Okay, awesome. All right. Hi, everybody. So my name is Ellie Headley. I am, if I haven't met you, I am one of the silvers in the organization, and I'm working on moving on to gold. And my goal now is to really help all of you build your businesses. And I think that, you know, this presentation that we've done, it's the first time that we presented it last week for the first time, and we had some pretty good reviews. But I want to make sure that after this presentation that you guys can still, you know that you can still reach out to us, either Becky or myself or your upline, and we'll continue to answer questions, because as I go through some of this material, it may kind of be a little confusing the first time and that you see it, and so more questions will come up, and that is okay. These things that I'm going to talk about, you may need to hear a couple of times. I know I did. I had to hear it 3, 4, 5, 6 times before I really understood it. But the best part about doTERRA is that they pay in 6 different ways, which is amazing. And if you've been doing this business already and you've enrolled people, you know that you get paid pretty quickly. And you might get a check in the mail faster than you think with doTERRA, which is awesome. Becky, are you able to go to the next slide, or can I do it? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so the first way that you can get paid in doTERRA is through retail commissions. And there's generally 2 ways that you can get paid retail. Number 1, as wellness advocates, you all get a back office link, which is your mydoterra.com / and it's usually your name, or you can change it to your business name or whatever you want it to be. And you can send that link on to others, to either through Facebook, email, or however you want to send it on. And anytime anybody goes through your link and purchases oils, they will be paying retail price, which is full price, but you get a 25% bonus check. and that is paid weekly. The other thing you can do is, we all know about this loyalty reward program order. It is imperative that if you are doing the business that you're maintaining a 100 PV, which is point value, loyalty reward order at all times in your back office. You can absolutely change the dates. You can go anytime between the 1st and the 31st of the month. Actually, I think it's the 28th of the month, sorry. You need to have your 100 LRP set up at all times. So this is what I like to tell people in the beginning who kind of think, hey, how am I going to come up with $100 every month to place an order so that I can build my business? Well, number one, it is part of doing a business, right? You want to invest a little bit of time and money into your business to help it grow. You're going to want to build your inventory so that you can sample people, so that you have oils available for you and your family, and also to share with friends and family. So that's what I generally use the LRP for, is to build my inventory. But if that tends to be an issue in the beginning for you, then reach out to others and say, hey, do you have any pain? I have some Deep Blue Rub. That's usually the first go-to. Deep Blue Rub is $29 wholesale, and you can charge them retail price, and order that product through your LRP to help you get to 100 PV during that course of that month. As your business grows, you're going to realize it's not going to be hard to get to 100 in a month at all. But in the beginning, if you need help, then reach out to a few people and get people to use the product and buy it and purchase it through you, and then we can show you how to convert them to wholesale members. Go ahead, let's go to the next one. Awesome. Okay, so another way that you can get paid is by enrolling people through what we call a preferred membership. This is my least favorite way to make money in doTERRA, and I'll give you a couple of pros and cons. The pro is that people can join for $10, and that's a lifetime fee, and they get 20% off all their orders. So they don't get the 25% off, they get 20% off, but they can still order a 20% off. So I like to say that if somebody's going to order 1 or 2 oils, or they're going to hover, between $0 and $50, then rather than lose that order, enroll them with a preferred membership. And later down the road, you can upgrade them to a wellness advocate. And we can tell you how to do that as well. But rather than lose that order, definitely offer the preferred membership. Now, that being said, it is my least favorite and most people's least favorite way to enroll people, and here's why. Number one, you're only going to get 10% commission on those orders. And number two, I don't feel like when people order 1 or 2 oils that they're really getting the true value of a total wellness package. They're not going to have everything in their arsenal to go back and say, I've got an oil for that. They're going to have a couple of oils, which might be great. You might have, lavender and peppermint. Those go a long way. Deep Blue Rub, is great for pain. But truly, to get people to understand the value of the oils and to really get accustomed to using them on a daily basis, you're going to want them to have a really good breadth of product, which comes, our Wellness Advocate Kit. And we'll talk about that in a minute. The other thing to note is with preferred membership, they're not going to get full credit towards their shipping rewards when they order through a preferred membership. So, and then there's also some other cons as well. As they cannot make any money. They can't even get Power of 3. They cannot get free product of the month as well. And so my least favorite, but it is an option. Okay, go ahead and let's go to the next slide. So this is Fast Start Bonus. Fast Start Bonus is our bread and butter in the beginning of your business. This is what's going to help you, build your business, build your inventory, get your supplies, everything you need to really get started. And it's a pretty good little bonus. So for the first 60 days, of any new enrollee that you personally enroll, so you're the enroller, you're going to get 20% of their total volume for the first 60 days. And that's the check that comes pretty quickly. It'll come, it's cut every, I think, Tuesday night or Wednesday night. And then when you enroll someone and they enroll somebody else, they're going to get 20% and you get 10%. So it builds upon itself. And then the next person in line would get 5%. So doTERRA is going to pay a total of 35% out to someone, and it goes to the personal enrollers, and then up from there. So that's why it's great to find other leaders to help build the business. And then the best part is that you're working on a business together, so you help each other grow, which is awesome. After 60 days, you're no longer going to get Fast Start, but then it turns into Unilevel bonus, which is your long-term goal. And we'll talk about that in a minute as well. Next slide. Awesome. So we're going to talk about Power of 3 first, and then we'll talk about Unilevel. So Power of 3. This is, Becky talked about this a little bit in the earlier part of the presentation. This is a great way to help new people get free oils, right? So as you enroll someone, you can help them by saying, hey, if you share the oils with, 3 people or host a class, and you find, 3 or 4 other people who love the oils as much as you do, and they place a minimum LRP order of 100 PV, and the total of your front line plus you equals 600 PV or more, you're going to get a $50 bonus. And if they do the same on their front line, they're going to get a $50 bonus, and you would get a $250 bonus. And then when 3 levels down, they get 3 people on each of their front lines to do the same thing, you get $1,500. The next level down gets $250, and then the closest level would get $50. So you can see in this little chart below here that, as your business grows, this is something that's kind of like, I think it's a really good little bonus to help get started as well. And it's really great. It's fun to see new people get a $50 check, and they didn't even really do anything necessarily. They do not have to be the personal enrollers, by the way, on their front line. If they host a class and you're the enroller, but they shared, or brought people to the class and you put them on that person's front line, they can still get the $50 bonus, which is awesome. So they do not even have to personally enroll anybody. They just need to have 100 PV LRP set, and they would be able to get $50, and they can use that towards their free oils.
Hey, Ellie.
Which is awesome. Yes.
We have a question. Can you explain the reason why you check or not check the box in the LRP order portion? The box asking if you're using for personal use.
Yes, great question. Okay, so the personal use checkbox is for tax purposes. So if you check the box for personal consumption, that you're using those oils for personal consumption, then you are only going to be paying tax on the wholesale amount of the order. If you do not check that box, it implies that you're going to be selling those bottles in full for full retail price to other people, and therefore, for tax purposes, doTERRA would charge you the taxes on the full retail price. You're still only paying wholesale for the oils, but it's the matter of how much tax you're going to pay on that order. So are you going to pay it on the wholesale amount or the full retail amount? In most of the, I would say 90% of the time, I do not sell oils, from my inventory. I don't want to sell oils from my inventory unless I have to. So I almost always check the box that it's for personal consumption. In addition, I would say 99% of the oils I'm either sharing or using in classes or using on myself and my family. But if you're going to do a lot of retail, let's say you're going to do it out of a location or you're going to do an event, and you're going to be selling full retail price of those oils and you plan on selling a lot of inventory, then for tax purposes, you should probably not check the box for personal consumption. Hopefully that answers that question. Great question, though. Awesome. Should we move on to the next slide? Okay, awesome. So unilevel bonus. I remember in the beginning, I was getting my unilevel checks, and I thought, oh, this is never going to amount to anything. And I was really only focused on Fast Start and maybe even my silver bonus. But as time has grown on, and as I saw, I think it was at Leadership 1 year ago, almost a year ago, one of the Blue Diamond leaders in doTERRA stood up and was, giving her presentation, and she actually talked about income, not specifics about income, but mentioned it. And what she said, I'll never forget, which is that she was a Blue Diamond receiving a larger check than some of the presidential diamonds. And the reason for that was her unilevel bonus was so strong because she had a lot of people in her organization, and a lot of people are on LRP, and she makes, a really good habit out of helping people get on LRP. And so her unilevel bonus was outstanding, which made me think, oh, there's hope for my unilevel bonus. Well, I have to say, over the last, 4 or 5 months, my unilevel bonus has more than doubled the silver bonus, probably quadrupled what the silver bonus actually is. So this is your long-term income. This is where your bread and butter is going to be long-term. It moves up slowly, but it moves up steadily as long as you're working on building your organization, that it's growing, and that people are on LRP. This is a great, great bonus. And you'll see here that as a consultant, so you may not have much volume under you, but you have a it shows 50 PV. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, if I'm reading that correctly, but you would get paid 2% on your front line. But the best part is when you go from elite, if you see in the, I think, 5th column over, when you're elite, your monthly overall volume just has to be 3,000 anywhere in your organization, and you're going to get paid 5 levels. And if you notice the last level, which is your 5th level, that's where most of your people are going to be, because if you picture like a pyramid organization where you're going to have more people on the bottom, that's where you're getting paid the most percentage. And that is awesome. That's what really builds upon itself. So then jumping from elite to premier, which is some of what I'm going to talk about in a minute, which is I want to really help everybody get to premier and then get to silver. And I can explain why I think that's really important. And everybody kind of does their business a little bit differently, and I think everyone's going to have, their best methods, and I'm just going to share with you guys some of the things that I've learned. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the only way or the best way, but it's some of the stuff that I've learned because I want to help everybody else get to their goals faster than I did. But if you notice for Premier, your monthly overall volume needs to be 5,000, but you need to have 2 qualified legs. And that means that those 2 legs have to be executive. Executive is $2,000 in volume. So what that means overall is in order to qualify for Premier, you need to have 5,000 total volume and at least 2 legs that have at least $2,000 each. And the last 1,000 could be anywhere in the organization. So it could be in a 3rd leg, or it could be 3,000 in one leg and 2,000 in another. And so that's how you qualify for Premier. But once you get to Premier, you get an additional level for unilevel bonus. You get the 6th level, which is awesome. Then when you get to Silver, you're going to get the 7th level. And then it continues that way. So the maximum is 7 levels. But doTERRA pays out in something called dynamic compression, which means that let's say somebody is 7 levels or 8 levels down. Let's say somebody's 8 levels down, but the person that's 2 levels down didn't have a qualifying LRP that month. The eighth person down is going to move up. So basically, doTERRA will skip over that second level that didn't qualify that month, and it'll move on down. So you're going to get paid 7 levels regardless, as long as there's at least 7 people or more in your organization down. And then at the bottom of this screen, you're going to see some leadership pools. Depending on if you're, the first leadership pool that's paid is silver, and it's 1 share. You'll notice here it says 1 share of the organization. And then you get an additional share for every personally enrolled elite that they qualify for elite for the first time that month. So you get additional levels. And then when you jump to gold, it's a pretty substantial increase. You can see that gold pays out 5 times the amount that silver does. And then it goes up from there. So let's move on to the next screen. Okay, so as you reach your higher rank, you're going to start to qualify for performance pools. And I mentioned some of that in the previous slide. But we don't really love to talk about compensation, but we just want to make sure that everybody understands that there is financial compensation in doTERRA that is achievable for any person that wants it. It does not matter. You do not have to be a picture of health. You do not have to be the best speaker in the organization. You do not have to have the most friends. Anyone who wants to do doTERRA can absolutely do doTERRA. There are so many different outlets to do it that you choose where your strengths are, and this business will grow. And I do want to point out that as you see this average earnings here, these are not yearly earnings. These are monthly, and that's really important. And these are average, and I have to say there was a lot of charts out there with averages showing between silver and presidential diamond. I think I chose the lowest one because I wanted it to be really reasonable and achievable for everyone. But this is the lowest. I'm going to say honestly that silver bonus or silver average earnings, if you're a solid silver, are probably double what you see here. And there's some additional company benefits to reaching these leadership ranks. As soon as you hit silver, you get to be part of a leadership call that doTERRA puts on once a month, and you can get all the information before it gets sent out to everybody else. You get a personal silver rep that you have a number for, and they, basically it kind of streamlines the pool, so you have a rep that you can call and get answers from a lot quicker than, let's say, calling through the regular 1-800 number. And best part is when you go to convention, you get to walk across the stage as silver. And then they also have really cool, like they'll have a night where it's silver and above, and you get to go and experience all the new products before everyone else, and they give you a free gift. It's kind of fun. So getting to silver is a huge deal, but it is definitely achievable. If you set your goals, you guys can all do this quicker than you think. Well, let's move on to the next slide. So structuring your team for the fastest growth. Again, I wanted to mention that I am giving you my personal opinion from what I've learned through things that I think I did wrong. So let's go ahead. Okay. So number 1, so if you are doing doTERRA as a business, you want to build your business, the best thing that you can do is be an example of leadership. So be the best leader that you can be. Use your strengths. Be professional, be accountable, dial into the calls, attend whatever trainings you can attend in your area, and be consistent. That's all it takes, is just being consistent. It doesn't take a lot of hours, but it takes, a little bit of time, maybe every day. And then help your leaders enroll leaders. And that is the biggest difference between, doing this as a side business, as a hobby, and then turning it into an income as your career path, is starting to help your leaders enroll other leaders and helping them to become better leaders and making sure they're trained, that they have all the answers that they can have so that they can pass them on down the line. And if you've dialed into any of Wendy's past calls over the last few months, she didn't talk about it today, or probably not, maybe not even last week, actually with somebody else last week, but one of the things that we always talk about with doTERRA is really truly understanding what your why is. Why are you building doTERRA? Why are you doing doTERRA? What about doTERRA is making your heart, feel the love? What your why should be where your passion is, what your drive is. It should wake you up every morning and jump you out, get you out of bed. I know what my why is. I know it's changed over time. I know that every time I talk about my why, it brings me to tears. And my why has grown. My why was about one thing in the beginning, and now it's about a lot of things. And one of the things that I really want to do is help empower all of you to be leaders and to grow doTERRA. And one of the things I want to mention here is that you do not have to wait for your upline to rank in order for you to rank. You can absolutely pass your upline. And it's about what you put into your business. If you, I have it here at the bottom, if you treat your business like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. If you treat your business like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. But also, besides knowing your why, one of the things that's really important is always come from love. And this is not always easy because you're going to hit some roadblocks, but that is okay. If you know that there's going to be roadblocks, you know that there's going to be challenges, and you know that there's going to be, things that don't turn your way, as long as you're aware of that and you go into it with love and you go back to your why are you doing doTERRA, you will absolutely surpass all those challenges. Just come from love and, do what what your heart desires, and help everybody else do the same, and your business will grow. If you make it about sales, your business might hit some roadblocks. If you make it about money, it's going to hit some roadblocks. If you make it about love and sharing the oils and helping others use the oils to empower their lives, it's going to grow. And then as you're building and helping your leaders, make sure that you understand what your team leader goals are. I know what my leaders' goals are, but even their goals change too. So I have to reach back out to them and say, okay, what's your goal? What are we working on now? And how much are you wanting this now? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to put into it? And that means maintaining constant contact with your leaders. Maybe one time per week for your strong builders and who want to move fast, and maybe one time per month for those that just want to share and get free oils and want to build slower. But whatever it is, we'll meet you at whatever goals you have. We don't expect anybody to come in and say, hey, I want to do this, just a couple hours a week, and then try to put a whole lot on you. Like it depends on wherever you want to be. We'll help you reach whatever goals you have. And then know what your strengths are and use them. So what are your strengths? Is your strength one-on-one? Are you a great webinar person? If that's your strength, do a bunch of webinars. If you are, great in front of classes, then do classes. Do whatever your heart desires to help you build your business. If you are really passionate about, maybe writing blogs and linking in some of your products and stuff, do that. Do whatever works for you. If you have, a lot of yoga background, I've been hearing a lot of yoga information lately. Go hit all your yoga shops. If you, if you work in the dental field, maybe go and hit the dentist up. And get into dental offices and diffuse the oils there. I mean, there's some really great, powerful information online about diffusing in dental offices. So go where your strengths are. And then next slide. Becky, next slide. Oh, sorry. Okay, awesome. So placement guidelines. So this is important, and this kind of comes up as you're starting to enroll people. So I have some guidelines on here. And, keep the enroller when it belongs to you. So some of you may not know what that means, but down the road when you're helping people in your organization rank, you may pass enrollership on to them. But in the beginning, if you're the one that's supporting people, if you are the one that's doing all the follow-ups, you're the enroller. If it was your contact, you're the enroller. But if you're helping someone else teach the class and they're going to be, another builder teach the class and they're going to be the contact, then they're the enroller and you're the upline. And never make promises to anyone about placement because it could cause, hard feelings. And then make sure that if you are enrolling people and you're trying to find where to put them in your organization, make sure that you're putting them under committed builders. You may find that at times you'll put people in places where perhaps that person decides not to build anymore or they're not maintaining the LRP. That's okay. You're still getting the benefit of having that volume there, and you're still getting the benefit of those other people, like on their orders. You're still getting level. It's going to happen. But if you want to, build your organization as strong as possible and as quick as possible, then do your best to try to put them under committed leaders. I will say that I have some of my strongest leaders are 3 levels down, 7 levels down, and it's okay. I still get the benefit of having, working with them and having them in my team. It does not hurt me at all to have them that far down. But, if you're trying to build the business from the beginning, try to put people under committed leaders. Just so you're aware, my situation was that when we started, it was all about building deep. And really the main guideline at that point was put people who know each other together. So if they're friends or family or they work together, put them together in a straight line. And that's what I did. And so some of my, I would say some of my placements are a little bit not exactly where I would have wanted them, but I'm still growing. My business is still growing, and I'm still able to hit rank. It does not affect me all that much. Place people in the beginning where you think they're going to achieve the long-term success. So put people where you think that they're going to, be able to work with others. So if they decide they want to do the business, think about who the upline is. Make sure that they're positive people, that they have good energy, and that they really get the value of, what doTERRA is all about. And then questions to ask yourself, what relationships do you have with your team, with those team members? Do they know each other? Are they family? Do they work together? Because you don't want to cause any animosity down the road, right? You want to keep people together who know each other. And does the new wellness advocate have a network in common with someone already in your team? Basically, same thing that I already talked about. Who can inspire the new wellness advocate on your team? Who on your team lives close to the new wellness advocate? If that's possible, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be together. I mean, we have people on our team that are all over the country, and that's why we're doing these types of things to help everyone, no matter where they are, build and grow their business successfully. And just think about who they would work well with. Okay, next slide. All right, so from experience, the best thing to do is first for you to build the Premier. So what does that mean? 2 strong legs, right? 2 legs with $2,000 each volume. So you're going to try to build those 2 legs. If you don't have leaders yet, it might be a little more challenging, but it's still very possible. I don't think I had a leader for the first entire year that I had, that I was doing doTERRA, and I hit silver without any leaders. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do it. So build your 2 strong legs. Build down, do what you need to do, and think about helping each of your leaders that emerge, help them build the Premier, and help them build 2 strong legs. And then after you get your 2 strong legs, and then you can start working on building your 3rd strong leg. Your 3rd strong leg is going to help you get to silver. And then you're going to do the same thing with all your leaders. Help them build their 3rd strong leg. And once you have 3 leaders that have their 3rd strong leg and their silver, then you are platinum. So 3 leaders that are silver, you hit platinum. And that's a pretty substantial income. So if you can just recreate this model, this will help you get to where you need to be a lot faster. And then how to close the class. I think we're 9:04. I can just say real quick. So one of the things that I know from experience is that it is very, very important that you close a class. If you end the class by just saying, okay, let me know if you have any questions, without presenting the purchasing options, the wellness advocate options, you're going to lose people. They need to understand what their options are, and make sure that you're offering at least 2 options. So, and then always mention what the most popular way is, and I like to say what my favorite way is. And as Becky mentioned earlier, always do a follow-up consult. So this is what I do. At the end of the class, I say, okay, I would like to show you all, how you can get doTERRA oils into your household. We have something called a wholesale enrollment, which basically means that you would become a wellness advocate. All that means is it's like a Costco membership. It costs $35 per year. After a year, it goes to $25, but you get a free peppermint oil. But for the first year, it's $35, and you would be able to purchase at 25% off of wholesale for an entire year. And in addition to that, you'd be able to earn additional free product credits and products of the month and promotions. So basically, you'd be purchasing at below wholesale. And I would like to offer you what the most popular way to purchase doTERRA is. The most popular way to enroll with doTERRA is through a wholesale kit, a wellness advocate kit. There are several kits. They range from $150 up to $2,500. My favorite kit is the Natural Solutions kit, and here's why. And I go through some of the details of the Natural Solutions kit, such as you get a free 8-hour diffuser. It comes with the LLV. You get, if you place a follow-up order the following month, the 3rd month, you're going to get 100 free points back towards free oils. I love the Natural Solutions Kit. It's where I started, and it's where most of the leaders in the organization have started. However, if that's not an option, a very, very good value is the Home Essentials Kit, which comes with 10 oils, full size, including frankincense, and a petal diffuser, which is a 4-hour diffuser that is absolutely adorable. I love the petal diffuser, and it's a great diffuser to have in a room for kids, for next to your bed, or even in your office. And I offer those kits, and then I say, let me know if you have any questions at that point. If people hesitate and are not ready to purchase with a wholesale kit, that's okay too. If you want to still try the oils, we will give you some other options, which would be preferred membership or full retail price. And then I always like to mention that if you love the oils, join with a wholesale membership. If you like the oils, try them. And if not, that is okay too, but we love referrals, and surely you know someone who might be interested in natural medicine. And I think that if you come from love and you are not, trying to necessarily close a sale, if you don't look at it that way, that 99% of the time people will enroll. And but I do think that is important. And I think that is it, right? Is that it, Becky? I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions? We're going to open it up to questions.
Okay, so here's a question. You don't give the TerraPad sheet with all the kits. You don't?
Oh, yes, I do. If I have the TerraPads available, and I will say that I haven't always had them available, but if I do have them available, and I do think it is a good idea to pass them out. If you don't, then hold it up in front of the class and show it to everybody, and then pass it around. But absolutely, if you have the wholesale kits available, absolutely pass those out so they can see what their options are. Do not limit yourself in the sense that it's not up to you or to me or to anyone to decide what people are willing to do and willing to spend. I've been wrong many, many, many times. I fully admit I've prejudged people who I thought, oh, they're not going to be interested in this, and they come to the class and they purchase Natural Solutions kits, and I'm blown away. And I've had people that have ordered the Every Oil kit and the oil sharing kit, and I never thought I would ever be able to sell one of those, and I have. And so do not limit yourself. Do not assume that people are not going to want to spend the money on kits. People will spend money on things that they'll buy oils before they pay their bills. Not that I advocate that, but I'm just saying, I mean, truly, who wants to be without oils? Now that you guys have used them and you know how awesome they are, I mean, could you imagine living without them? I can't. So, you know, definitely don't limit yourself. Always offer all the options. Even mention, hey, if you're in this for the business, and you know, you may want to even look to a larger kit. In addition to that, I will say that in the beginning, one of the things I did wrong was I always offered and kind of promoted the Family Physician Kit because I thought that was a really great starting point, and it is. It's not a bad starting point at all, but 9 times out of 10, people who start with the Family Physician Kit come back to me and say, gosh, I wish I would have ordered the larger kit because of the value. You get much greater value in ordering either a Home Essentials Kit, which is the kit that's $275, or the Natural Solutions Kit. It's just a better deal. And I don't know about you guys, but I like a better deal. And I think most people do.
Okay, Ellie, do you offer your website to order from as a purchasing option?
Not generally at the class, no. I do not. I prefer at the class to take the orders there. I have to say that I've very limitedly sold retail to anyone over the past 2+ years. That being said, I do have someone in my organization who loves the oils, but she doesn't have any children. It's just her, and you know, she's got some health concerns, and she's got some financial limitations. But she has definitely done more retail than anybody else in my organization, and the reason why is this. The first time I met her, she enrolled with a kit, which was great, and she said, I'd like to host a class. So I went to her house and taught a class, and everybody at the class enrolled. And what I did was, she's part of the Lupus Foundation, so I took half of my Fast Start, so 10% of my Fast Start, or 50% of my Fast Start, and I cut her a check back to actually I cut the check directly back to the Lupus Foundation and sent her a copy of the check so that she could see that I sent it back to the Lupus Foundation. So then what she did was she takes her back office link and she sends that out every once in a while when she's trying to grow money for the Lupus Foundation, or if she's got to run, walk, whatever she's got, she'll send that out, and people will order a couple of bottles here and there from her, and she takes the money and she sends it back to the Lupus Foundation, which is pretty awesome. I think that's a fantastic way, I mean, not only to help others and to help grow, money in other foundations, but it also helps build your business. I mean, it's a win-win because it's giving you volume in your business.
Any other questions? I think that's it. So
awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining. Becky, thank you so much for doing your part of the presentation. You've definitely been an inspiration to a lot of people. And if you guys out there on the call or whoever listens to the recording have additional, new people that come on board later down the road, we can absolutely do another live presentation via the web, maybe in a couple of months. And I think Becky will post the recording, right?
Yes. It might be a day or two because it's not as easy as you think to convert this to a file. I have to have my husband do it. So we will get the recording hopefully up by tomorrow night or the next day. So
awesome. And reach out to your uplines or to us if you have any additional questions.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
good night.
everyone. Good night.